And the only reason why we booked this is because we could book for an amount of time, and we booked at that hotel. It's in the middle of the night. We're there just asleep. We get there and they're like, oh yeah, sorry, that room is not available, the one that you contact us and booked, and the email you're showing us. So you're going to have to take another room. And they're like, the only room we have is more expensive. It is bigger, but it's more expensive. So we're like, oh. And we're like, okay, well, we'll look at it. So at least they let us look at it first. And then we're like, okay, well, we're here. It's not like we can just walk somewhere else or anything. And it's the middle of the night. We have a limited amount of time in between flights. It's like a 20-hour layover.
Sure.
And so then we're like, okay, fine. Well, this is a terrible situation, but we'll do it. Then afterwards, they're like, as we're checking out, they're like, oh yeah, we're so sorry. There was nothing we could do. The people wanted to extend. So yeah, there was nothing we could do. And I'm thinking, well, there is one thing you could do. You could say you can't extend. It's already booked. I mean, that would be the obvious thing. But they were like, yeah, no, there was nothing we could do.
Nothing at all. No.
Like they were acting like someone came up and took the room off them, and that's why, or it was like a fire in the room, or the room flooded or something. But no, like if they said that the room was damaged because whatever reason the room got damaged, if the room got damaged, then yeah, you understand. Well, yeah, that's outside of your hands. Like unless you deliberately did it, which no one would, right? Like then it's completely outside of your hands. But like if someone goes, this room is nice, I will extend, you can kind of say, well, actually, we have a booking for that room.
Yeah, you can go to the other room, but you can't stay where you are because someone else is coming in.
Yeah. It would be awkward for us to go and tell the people that have booked it, oh, you can come back at 10 a.m. and take the room, which is what they said.
No way.
The room is busy until 10 a.m. when we got there. And it was also like we were like, they were almost acting like at first we were the weird ones, like wanting the room. And like, well, here's the email that clearly says the room is booked for this time.
How dare you want the room that you booked for specific reasons? How dare you? That is not how we do business around here.
That you've got come here in the middle of the night. So it's not like you can just go to another one, because it's like, if it's 2 p.m., then you can easily go get another taxi and like you stay the night wherever. Like I'm sure that there's going to be one within 5 minutes drive, let alone 5 minutes walk, probably. Maybe 10 minutes walk, whatever. But yeah, in the middle of the night, you're there, you're limited time, and yeah.
It definitely feels like they could have done something. But there you go. This is on the back of last week. I was talking about how this trip was cursed. So we go, and when we go through, we land and we ask the person, there's a person saying, if you're flying to Melbourne, anyone flying to Melbourne, talk to me. So we're like, okay, well, yeah, we are flying to Melbourne, but not today, tomorrow. And then she's like, oh, you got to go down there and speak to the transfer desk. And we're like, well, when we flew the other way, we didn't have to do that. Our bags just went through and it was fine. And they're like, no, you have to go that way. So we go down, we go talk to them, which means we don't go through the normal area. And anyway, so we talk to the person. She's like, oh, yeah, just go through, you come back. You don't need to worry about your bags or anything. It's all set up. You're fine. But just double check with the gate when you get through to make sure everything's okay. So then we come back, we stay in the hotel, we do all that stuff. We go shopping, we come back and we go to the gate and we're like, oh yeah, we just wanted to double check the bags are fine and that everything is fine. We're like, no, that's not the case. You did have to go get your bags and you have to take it. And they're like, but one of you can stay and look after your carry-on bags, and the other one's going to have to come back out, grab your bags, and check them in.
Wow.
Yeah.
So this was like the next day though, right? This was like, yeah, you'd gone off, you'd stay in a hotel, you'd come back shopping, and they're like, no, you have to go collect your bags from yesterday. And then back again. Fuck's sake, man.
Which luckily was still there. Yeah. I mean, like, who knows? In that situation, they could have easily just gone, oh, well, these people have abandoned their bags now, so let's just bin them all.
Yeah, exactly.
They closed the charity.
Yeah, exactly. So, but they were still there. They were not stealable. Your baggage. People decided, no, I'm staying away from that. Because that's the other thing. People could have just been like, there's no one else at the baggage thing. I'm just going to take these bags. Because I've never, ever had my bags checked whether I was taking the right one or not. Like, no matter where.
The only time I've ever seen that happen was in Papua New Guinea, where they literally were going through the paperwork of every bag and checking everyone's thing, except for me as a foreigner. They just let me go through, but they're like giving all the locals this hard time about their bags.
There you go. Yep. So it's good that your stuff was still there and you got it, you know, all those racy souvenirs and everything were still intact.
Yes. All my used underwear that I purchased along the way. That
indeed. I mean, you know, that's what turns the world these days.
Well, speaking of which, I did come across a story of used underwear this week.
Nice.
Actually, two. So the first one, teen con artist sells used women's underwear. Now this is quite a fun scam. And now this does bring up the fact that anyone could essentially say that they're selling used women's underwear and, well, you know, leave some stains on there. And then how do you know? But it's a bit hard to go to the police too and say, hey, I bought women's panties and I do not believe that the arse that I'm sniffing on these panties are from a woman. I demand proof. Or that is even another fun, completely flip side to the scam. You buy used panties and then you say, I demand proof that these were worn by said woman. And get the police involved, get them to investigate and prove that that was the person who, in fact, had worn these panties.
I mean, there has to be a whole legal case brought. Everyone has to submit their evidence. I feel like there is. So I'm guessing this young teen genius made a lot of money selling all these panties that were not worn by ladies.
Yeah, so about $500,000 US.
Nice.
Saying he sells previously worn. He was 17-year-old boy. He sold, the used women's underwear. He posted it on second-hand item trading site last November, claiming that he sells used underwear. Disguising himself as a woman, he also said he would sell sex. A total of 57 men, ranging from a college student to office workers, contacted him agreeing to buy panties, bras, and stockings at around $27 to $180. He received about $500,000, but didn't send any items.
That's a mistake.
But because he is a first offender and a juvenile, he didn't get detained.
Wow. I mean, look, if you're making $500,000, spend the money to buy some cheap stuff off Amazon and just send them off. I mean, the dudes ain't gonna know. So, that's my advice to you. Because then you'd still make more money. You could have made it to $1 million.
Yeah. I mean, yeah.
Expand your business, open a stall in the local shopping mall, be like, use panties and bras for sale.
Yeah. So I mean, yeah, this it's a very easy scam to pull off. Like, why not just send them the Again, like I said, no one could really prove.
No. Like when I was a kid, you used to
you bought fake used.
I used to be I was a sucker. I had a job in a bar. I used to work going around cleaning glasses and tables and shit. So, when I was 17, I wish I'd thought of selling used underwear. That would have been sweet. Would have made a fortune. Be driving my Lamborghini then to my part-time job.
Yeah.
These kids these days. Anyway, so we've got a new business selling fake used panties on the internet.
We do.
Shopify was made for this.
So this happened in Korea.
Oh, okay.
And while in Korea, we did we went to Chinatown, which meets Texas Street in Busan. And both of which are full of Russian people who are essentially running red light districts.
Nice.
So in Korea, you're in Chinatown or you're in Texas Street, and everything is in Russian. Even Korean people are speaking Russian.
No way.
And it's like completely out of nowhere that, all of a sudden there's that. So we got early to a train and we just walked and we're like, oh, there's a massive sign that says Texas Street. Let's just see what that is. And then, we walked there. We walked one street in and you just see Russians looking at us like, what the hell are you doing here?
That's weird. Yeah, I didn't know there was a huge Russian community in Korea, but now I do. And they're running all the nighttime.
Well, I think I think a lot of people have been leaving Russia in the recent times. So
sure.
Yeah. I mean, a lot of people have been leaving Russia, and why not Asia if you're going to do it? Move to Texas Street.
Move to Texas Street. Why not? It's So what other kind of is Texas Street a USA themed street? Like what's the
No, there was like nothing in Texas Street that made it seem like Texas. Like
it was just
I think there was a Texas Street like souvenir shop, and there like might have been one like barbecue restaurant or whatever, but it wasn't like. Yeah, I mean, there was nothing once you got there. There was nothing where you're like, oh, I understand why this is Texas. It was, very much not that. It was almost like just shoving a sign there and then saying, you're in Texas, but there's nothing. And then next to it was the Chinatown, which the Chinatown at least had like Chinese restaurants and Chinese lanterns and stuff. Texas Street is just Russians in Korea.
That's exactly what I would expect. It's crazy. Oh well. I think I'll avoid Texas Street next time I go to Korea.
Well, it's right opposite the main train station in Busan. So if you go to Busan, which is also where they hold the Asian film market. So if you're going to buy or sell a movie in Asia, you're going to generally have to go via train station, which essentially when you look out of the train station, you have a massive sign that says Texas Street.
Mm-hmm.
And not much else there, but Russians and red light districts.
Sounds good.
Well, this is a awkward relationship that follows on from the previous story. Intimacy intervention. My man is buying other women's used panties online. Is it cheating? Okay, well, let me flip it. How would you feel if you were dating a woman who was buying men's used underwear?
Disgusted. But
okay, what if she was buying women's used underwear?
That's fine. I guess it's kind of suggesting he's not 100% happy in the relationship. Otherwise, he'd be stealing her underwear, perhaps, if that's his fetish. So yeah, I
give him the kind of underwear he wants.
Yeah, she needs to get herself down to the nearest lingerie store or something. I don't know, but I'm presuming that he's probably buying them off a 17-year-old dude who's like, so it's fine.
Well, this letter starts, I found that my man of 7 years has been buying women's panties, used panties online. I'm completely disgusted. I can't even look at him. As far as I know, he has never met any of these women. They're from all over the country and he chats with them on WhatsApp before and after they send the gift. His nickname on WhatsApp is Panty Thief. He has spent $150 to $600 for these gifts during a time where we needed the money. Now, I guess it does kind of cross the line if you're like struggling for money and then you're spending $600 on it.
Wait a minute. He paid $600 for one pair of slightly soiled ladies' undergarments?
Well, you don't know that it was slightly soiled.
It's true, yeah. I mean, I feel like there's a business here that we need to tap into. Like $600. Just tell us what you want on the panties. You can get it. It's all good. And we come up with some formula for it. So, I don't know. These dudes, man, $600. I thought these dudes were paying like $50, but $600, that's a lot for anything that was worn by a previous person. I don't know. Like a secondhand garment of any kind shouldn't be $600, I don't think. But
well, I don't know. Depends what specialty and what uniqueness they are, I guess. It says I searched.
I would actually pay less. So that's just my thoughts.
Well, she does say that we also have 3 kids together. And that he's been buying these gross ass straws from other black and brown women, but who look nothing like me. He has never even asked for my underwear or indicated that he had this kind of interest. Now, she could have just proactively given it to him.
I feel like, what does she want him to do? Be like, hey, baby, I want to ask you a question. So you know your underwear. I'm just gonna need that in my lunch tomorrow. Thanks.
It says he's not even into lingerie with me. We haven't even had sex at all in this calendar year. It doesn't look like he's having sex with anybody else, but I don't know. Is he cheating? Is this cheating?
I think if he had half a chance, he would be cheating on you, but because it sounds like he has no fucking interest in you whatsoever. But yeah, I think the dudes being distracted by the ladies of the internet selling their underwears and things like that. So my advice to this wife lady is start getting sexier underwear, which is advice we've given before on the show.
Yeah. Stop changing your underwear so often and let it get a little bit dirty and leave it under his pillow one night.
Think of the savings, because he's not going to spend it then, and you don't have to buy underwear as often. It's great. Everyone wins.
I think that we now have our own personal finance book.
Yeah.
Money saving secrets for the loving couple.
Don't buy other women's.
No. Chapter 1. Your man will spend $600 on used underwear. So therefore, you must
proactively prepare your own panties for him.
Buy the cheapest you can find online prepare them, and then leave them as a gift proactively once a week. Prevent any issues. And bada boom, you've just saved your family $600 a week.
Which is a good saving right there.
Yeah.
It's a great saving.
Maybe it's $598. Maybe it costs like $2 for the underwear. So
well, true. That's true. It's still pretty good. You know, it should be taken into consideration in the monthly budget. Saved $600 per week. That's like $2,000 a month. It's pretty good savings right there. So
yeah. I mean, the website's response goes into details of like explaining how it works and that people pay for these things, which, I mean, if you couldn't work out already that buying used underwear is that people buy used underwear. Yeah.
I honestly can't get over the fact that some people are paying $600 or probably a lot more as well. But like,
yeah,
$600.
This guy who's broke was paying $600. Imagine if he was rich. Imagine the kind of underwear he'd be buying.
Yeah, I mean, if he had some fucking decent money, he'd be paying thousands. So, you know, just anyways, that's bizarre to me. But hey, now I got to go online and find out where to buy these $600 panties just for research purposes for the show.
Yeah, I mean, you got to make the most of it.
Let's see if I can take out a new credit card just to pay for used panties. Tell the bank what I want it for.
Yeah, when you take out a personal loan and they ask, what's this for? Well, there's some online panties I've been looking at. I gotta wait till next payday. I gotta have it now. In fact, I reckon, like, you know, the payday loans and the like quick money loans, they should be advertising late at night, specifically towards, hey, you, have you been looking at used panties online? Do you need a little quick extra cash? Well, have we got the solution for you?
Apply for a panty loan today.
This is our new business.
Fantastic. I love it.
We do loans specifically for people that want to invest in weird sexual fetishes. Doesn't have to just be panties, but it has to be some type of weird sexual fetish that you need right now.
There. But the thing is, in your application, you have to specify what it's for. Like, because we need some ideas over here. So.
No. Not only do we need some ideas, we need to blackmail you if you don't pay. This is a high risk loan. And you're going to regret the loan as soon as you've ejaculated. So
exactly. The very second your next thought is going to be, oh, fuck.
Why did I take a 45,000% loan?
Can't believe I borrowed $600 and now I owe them 17 million euros.
It has to be realistic. You owe 3,000 the next week.
I mean, I was trying to get rich quick, but okay.
What's got to be realistic? These people got to pay it back. It's got to be enough that they can pay it back, and then we can blackmail them with the details of their fetish. They also have to include like family members.
Literally a customer for life. You paid back your loan, but you haven't paid back your shame.
We don't do any credit history or any of that shit because we don't need it.
You will pay this back.
Blackmail loans. We just call it the company Blackmail Loans. We do no credit history checks.
It could be fantastic. It could work. It could be a great success, I think. Why have actual banks never thought of this before? Make sure people pay back their loans. Get some information you can blackmail them with.
You target horny people that are willing to do crazy shit at the moment, and exploit them.
Yeah, sounds good. We've just broken new financial ground right here.
Yeah.
So
run exclusively out of the finest jurisdictions of whatever is Jersey, I think. Isn't that one of the islands where there's, yes.
Yeah, you pretty much do it all there, I think.
Bahamas or something like that.
Yeah, somewhere.
We are officially licensed by Nicaragua's finest accounting firms.
We are totally legit.
Our North Korean auditors approved.
Yeah, sounds good. I don't trust that company. Not to ruin my life.
We use North Korea's top accounting firm to audit our accounts.
Indeed, feel like it's a good move.
Yeah, well, now you're worried about spending $600 on a pair of used panties. What if, well, how much would you offer then for a boob sweat marked mat that looks like a Mickey Mouse?
A boob sweat marked that looks like Mickey Mouse. It's not high on my list of things to buy, so $20 would be my bid. Well,
blonde bombshell Ebanie Bridges, current IBF bantamweight champion, has been offered £30,000 for her training mat.
£30,000. I'll take it.
Now, whoever offered that would be perfect for our new loan company.
Absolutely. You want 30 grand for that mat, my friend? You got it.
Yeah. We won't do a single credit history check.
No, you just got it. You got it. But, you got to fill out just a little bit of information. That's all we need.
We just need you on video explaining how you want this mat and why you want it, and
what exactly you will do with the mat. That's what we need.
Yeah, and saying hello to mum while we do it. So and her contact details, so that in the event that you don't pay, she'll give you a nice video.
Yeah, and just, it's all good. 30 grand, man, Jesus. That is impressive. I should start selling my practice mats. See how we get on. But you get like half of that, I'd be happy.
Yeah, I mean, if you just got like 10 grand or something,
I guess it'd be worth it.
Need a bit of a markdown, but
Black Friday deal coming up.
Yeah, only $25,000 for my Black Friday deal.
Yeah, interesting.
Well, this next woman wouldn't be a good target for our new loan company.
Okay.
A woman is blasted after complaining she can't afford luxury holiday on $88,000 salary.
Yeah. It's because she's spending all her money on used panties. That's why.
Yeah.
Needs to cut down on her habit.
Repaying her blackmail loans.
Yeah. I mean, it seems like a lot of people be like, oh, 88,000, that's a lot of money. But, you got to take into consideration, maybe she's just addicted to soiled underwear and other substances and things.
And is taking out serious loans to.
Yeah, exactly. So, it seems like this lady has her priorities right. She's paying back her blackmail loan before going on a vacation. Good for her.
Well, a woman has been slammed after complaining she can't afford a holiday despite having an $88,000 salary. The UK woman wrote that she wanted to treat her husband to go on a holiday for his 50th birthday. However, after he spent almost $20,000 taking her to the Maldives for her 40th, she thinks the pressure is on to match his gift. Well, firstly, you don't need to go to the Maldives for a luxury vacation.
No.
She wrote, my husband is 50 in 2024 and has started talking about where we will go away. Also, the other thing is, if you're married, wouldn't your money be combined and therefore
You would think so. You would think so.
If he can blow 20K on a Maldives vacation, he's probably earning even more. So I feel like tap into that and you're all good.
The trick here is to start a big, huge argument with him like a week before his birthday and be like, I'm canceling the trip. and then just like 2 weeks later, you got to hold it for 2 weeks, be like, all right, I'm sorry, let's just fix it. And then you're like, well, you fucked up your birthday. It's your fault. And that's what happens there. So
the other trick is to give very dirty panties for a week straight and say, here's 20 grand worth of dirty panties. And a boob sweat, Matt. And
yeah, that's worth 30 grand.
You owe me money for your birthday.
Exactly. That's a good way to play the system right there. So I think that's a good move.
The thing is, I only earn 88 grand, whereas he earns more than 3 times that amount. Again, then why not just tap into the joint account or whatever? And
yeah, exactly. Just
I have savings that could cover it, but that is a rainy day money. You never know when you might need it, especially with how the world is at the moment.
Like with a combined 320 grand a year, I don't think too many things are gonna come up in the next, like between on your holiday. I mean,
they've got to afford their shanty shack at that rate, right?
True, but you know, it's. I
mean,
still,
their food is probably covered by a homeless shelter, but like,
yeah.
Still, they need their shantytown shack. Probably got a high interest on it.
She's the truth is, if she really wants to splurge on this holiday and spend all this money on the trip for her husband, she will find a way, or she will, bump him off before the holiday takes place and collect the insurance money. That's another way of doing it. So
just start a side hustle selling these panties. $600 a pop.
One 17-year-old made 500 grand, but he was an idiot and didn't send anything. So
you're a woman who can actually send stuff. So
yeah, just go on Amazon, buy 100 pairs of panties for $1 each, and just give them a quick, waft of that area, and then send them off. There you go. So anyway.
Well, it says, I suggested a place in St. Lucia, high class with a la carte restaurants, premium brand alcohol, etc. But he's unhappy that it doesn't include a private pool.
How could you? Yeah. Not a private pool. Fucking hell.
Is it really a holiday without that?
I love that one of the things is premium brand alcohol, because once you've had 3, you don't give a fuck what brand it is.
Yeah, it's Guinness.
Is this premium brand Guinness? Because I'm having that second grade shit.
But off.
Yeah. So, I feel like this dude's being a bit unreasonable. No private pool. He's probably the kind of dude who won't even get in the pool. He just wants a private one, just for
to look at.
Hey, look, we got a private pool. So.
She says, I just feel like he isn't sympathetic to my income and means. Am I being reasonable?
Well, I think somebody who is earning 3 times 88,000 per year, it has every right to look down on someone only making 88,000 per year. It's like the scum who lives in my house with me. Yeah, I don't know. I have a hard time believing any of this is real, because I don't think anyone on 88 grand a year is going to write in somewhere and be like, just wondering, what do you guys think about this? My husband's a bit of a dickhead, so
I can't believe that my husband won't slum it with a shared pool.
What she should do is assert dominance and purchase a week package holiday in the Canary Islands, where they get an apartment. It's a shared pool. It's a all you can eat buffets all week, and it's just with the average people who earn 20 grand a year, not the highfalutin people with not premium brand alcohol, just regular cheap shit, and shared pool.
Or you can go to a bottle shop or a liquor store in any country and buy alcohol. You can even bring it with you and buy it duty free.
Sure.
And, save some money. So essentially, you can buy any type of alcohol anywhere.
Yeah.
Unless you're going to like a Qatar and going to the
Not if you're going to the World Cup, you can.
You can pretty much buy alcohol in 97% of the world.
Yeah.
Maybe it's 95, but
90 something.
Yeah. So, unless you specifically want to go to a country that doesn't allow alcohol, you can buy premium brand alcohol, you can bring premium brand alcohol, and you can drink it at a discounted rate.
Exactly. So.
And any pool is a private pool if you're willing to take a shit in it.
It's true. I feel like that's an often overlooked tactic to get a private pool.
And he might be even more into that.
He could be. Yeah. So
it's a risky play, but it might be.
It's like, just explain to him it's either this or nothing. So you make your mind up, pal.
Either this or you're drinking the water before we leave.
Oh no.
Well, you made the news again.
Not again. Damn it.
You want to enlighten us on what you made the news for?
No, because it could be one of the 4 stories, but we'll keep it. We'll keep some of them quiet. So,
okay. Well, yeah. We'll do the one that you said was okay to talk about. The others are probably more extreme than this. So,
man, I take my blackmail loan this month. Let's go.
Yeah, but you were slow to pay, so.
All right, fine.
You're off next month's payment, but this month you got to pay your interest, and your interest is getting exposed on this. Man gets jump rope stuck in bladder after shoving it into his penis.
So could you just repeat that? Because I kind of misheard you at the start. It sounded like a different word.
Well, they've miswritten it here. It says a 79-year-old Japanese man, but obviously they're talking about you.
That is what I identify as. Okay. Don't just nationalize and age me at the same time. Oh my God.
A 79-year-old Japanese man, or a man from Ireland who identifies as that, managed to get a 90-inch jump rope stuck in his bladder after allegedly shoving the rope into his penis.
Yeah. 90-inch, by the way, just so anyone's listening, 90.
You would think after the first 1 or 2 inches of getting that thing in.
I'm gonna say after the first 24, you're just on you're like a fuck it, I'm putting the whole thing in. Just gonna see if I can do this.
Yeah, I wonder at what point he did go okay, at this point I may as well just go the whole thing. So doctors wrote in a September study published in Urology Case Reports that the unidentified man inserted the rope through his urethra. However, the handleless rope became tangled and stuck in the man's bladder. Don't you just hate it when your jump rope is tangled in your bladder?
It's the worst. Jesus Christ. Where are these people? How do you come up with an idea? You know what? This 90-inch jump rope, I've got a fantastic idea for this. I mean, how does a 79-year-old man even get a jump rope?
That's the creepy part of this story. Is a 79-year-old man going and buying himself a jump rope? I want to know what he was doing. But I reckon it's safe to say that this is not the first time that he's done this.
It doesn't sound like he sounds like he's quite experienced with the jump rope insertions. Oh my God. I can't believe that's a sentence I've ever said, but there you go.
It's not like you wake up one day at 79 and go, this would be a good time to try.
You know what I've never done in my life? Someone get me a jump rope. No handles, please. Jesus. Yeah. I wonder, did he work his way up to the 90-inch one? You're like, first, all right, just give me like a 6-inch one to see how it goes. And then be like, all right, you can take that. Let's move up to the next one. But
yeah, he was forced to seek medical help, complaining that he was suffering from a condition called dysphoria, difficulty with urination, only for doctors to find the rope. It hurts when I pee. Don't know why.
Have you any idea why you can't pee? No. Can't think of a single thing.
Well, we found a jump rope in there. Oh, okay. Oh, yeah.
That's where it went. Oh yeah, totally. It's a jump rope. That's what it is. Anyway,
I knew I put that somewhere.
What do you mean that's what's stopping me from peeing properly? Didn't happen last time.
That's been in there for years and it's been fine. This has only just happened.
Imagine when they have to take it out. It's just like, how long is this gonna go? It's like one of those fucking clowns pulling the tissue.
Maybe that was his magic trick. Imagine this guy is like, yeah, just a clown. And he's like...
he's planning to go on Britain's Got Talent. There you go.
Well, that could be Japan's Got Talent. Could be a whole different thing that we're not aware of.
It's a good act.
Except the judges aren't impressed because they've seen it all before.
What's your act? I'm going to jump rope. You just got to get it in.
Look, if you're going to insert in your penis, last year's guy made it to round 3, but that was about as far as he made. So,
well, there you go. These, I wonder what kind of activities I'm going to get up to when I'm 79. I got to start planning some shit. That's for sure. And I'm considered.
100 inches.
Yeah, it's a possibility. Let's break a record.
Yeah, so when they unraveled the mystery by investigating his bladder, where they found a large object, and then that's only then when he admitted what had happened, although he did not explain why he did it, and was transferred to a hospital. An X-ray then revealed the object was a wire-like coiled foreign body. According to doctors, there was no way to remove the rope the way it went in, so they had to perform surgery on the patient. It was difficult considering the length of the rope and its entanglement in the bladder. Traditionally, grasping forceps and retrieval baskets are used to remove foreign bodies. However, wires inserted into the bladder usually curl up as the bladder contracts. Therefore, special consideration is required for wire-like foreign bodies. Good to know that there's like a full-on known studies about what to do when you insert a jump rope in your...
That's a rough week in medical school. They're like, right, what we're going to do today is things that get trapped in the bladder. Oh, fuck.
Today's homework is studying 90-inch jump ropes.
Yeah, there you go. It's all kinds of people out there doing all kinds of things.
Yeah, heroes. Not all heroes wear capes, as they say.
No, some of them shove them up their pee hole.
Get them entangled in their bladder. Well, a Chinese man known as the Smoking Brother, 50, chain smoked through a 42-kilometer marathon in 3.5 hours.
Yeah, different class. What people didn't realize is there was cocaine laced cigarettes, and he just had so much energy from smoking them. He wasn't going to stop. So,
well, he had a jump rope that he was trying to run away from, and
yeah. So there's all these possibilities, but. Yeah, I bet all the people who were like in the marathon and they were like really fit and they'd trained for years to do this marathon and, they're like super health conscious and they see this dude smoking, running around in like a pretty decent time.
Well, imagine getting stuck behind him if you're like a health freak and then you got this guy smoking in front of you. You get all this smoke in you.
Yeah, exactly. It'll be so many of those people will just be like, fuck this, I'm giving up. So... if you can't escape smokers during a marathon, when can you get away from them? That's the question.
Yeah, sometimes you need to insert things through your pee hole just to escape it.
It's one way of getting out of the scenario, all right. I mean, look, it's impressive to run a marathon at any point, but to do it while chain smoking, never thought that would come up. But there you go.
Well, some studies apparently suggest that cigarette smoking can increase hemoglobin, a total lung capacity, and stimulate weight loss, which are desirable for performance in sports. So it could be used as a performance-enhancing drug.
I don't know. I think my scientific evaluation is that that's incorrect. That if you smoke, you're probably not very healthy. So, yeah. Although it's well documented that Michael Jordan, one of the greatest athletes probably of the last few years, has smoked cigars all the time. So maybe there's something to it. Who knows?
I'm just gonna say, without cigars, Michael Jordan would have been a bum. Never made the NBA.
He started smoking cigars when he was 6, and that's how he got good.
Yeah. What you didn't see in those pictures of practice was the cigarettes that he was smoking on the side of the court.
Yeah, exactly. Just had his assistant light one up by the side of the court all the time for him. Just stand there holding it till he was ready.
And when he took that break, it was because there was like a cigarette ban going on, and only once they lifted it did he come back.
Exactly.
So, yeah, I think we can all safely say Michael Jordan owes it all to cigarettes.
Some people could say that, yeah, for sure.
Some people could.
It's like the 16th time we're going to get sued for something we said on this show.
Some people could say that. Doesn't mean they would be right.
I'm just saying, look out for the cease and desist letter.
If Michael Jordan sees us proclaiming that he's only good at basketball because he smokes cigarettes, that is a lawsuit that I want to take on. Imagine the notoriety we would actually get if he did. In fact, I encourage Michael Jordan to sue us.
I don't. But, we love you, Michael. Honest.
You're a bum without cigarettes.
We still have to live in in hiding because of all the stuff we've said about the prince who's now a king. So, be careful.
Golden toilet. Well, maybe we go to a safer area. How long into a police interrogation should the police know if the suspect that they're interviewing has been shot in the face?
How long into the interview should they know he's been shot in the face?
Yeah.
I'm going to say that should be a pretty early indication right there. They should pick up on that pretty swiftly.
Like first 5 days or something? Or?
Definitely within the first 5 days. Yeah, for sure.
Well, a murder suspect was interrogated for 6 hours before police realized that he's been shot in the face.
would he not have said, "Hey, can I get some treatment for this shot in the face I took? Thanks."
Well, he was completely out of it because he'd been shot in the face.
as you would be. Yeah, I can understand that.
So yeah, sometimes you're not really cooperative when the police are trying to interrogate you because you're being shot in the face.
And how long did it take them to figure this out?
6 hours.
Some competent police work right there.
Yeah, so he was taken into custody and interrogated for hours by police despite needing urgent medical attention for gunshot wounds to the head. He was a victim of a violent Christmas break-in at his home in Phoenix that left his girlfriend dead and him seriously injured in a case that has now resurfaced on TikTok due to the unusual nature of it. The couple who lived with one other roommate had only been in the house for a few months when a former roommate and friend and his father decided to break in. The pair rang the doorbell. The guy who got shot got up to see who it was, but after realizing they were both carrying guns, he tried to shut the door. He then reached through and shot him twice in the head. So not once, but twice he'd been shot in the head. Wow. He then went into another room and shot the girlfriend dead as they lay on the couch before the pair stole several weapons and computers from the scene. She died at the scene, but he was too injured to call for help and lay injured in the house for 2 days until police eventually gained access after his dad called them worried his son hadn't come for the Christmas dinner. Brian then became the prime suspect in her murder and was taken into custody for questioning.
Wow.
He told detectives he couldn't remember what had happened, so a lengthy interrogation got underway despite the fact that he urgently needed medical attention. Doctors later told the guy's dad that his son had an infection that could have been avoided had he received proper and timely care. He remained in hospital for 35 days. He lost some of his brain, left eye, and experienced seizures and died a couple years later.
Jesus.
Then the guy who did the shooting then in 2013 was sentenced to life, both the guy and the father. The guy got shot's father sued the Phoenix Police Department, and an interrogator who dealt with Ryan was charged with evidence tampering and fabricating stories about events to do with the case.
Jesus. That's a pretty wild fuck up on the police department's side. That's just, you would think if you're interviewing someone, you'd be like, oh, it looks like you got shot in the head. We should get that
twice
taken care of.
No.
Yeah, that's even worse.
One gunshot wound to the face you can miss, but two, come on.
It's true. But clearly the dude lost part of his brain, his left eye, and had some pretty serious infections. You might be able to spot that, I think, regardless. So yeah, I feel more of these stories. I feel like, how do the police in these cities and states and stuff have a budget? Because they just get sued all the time for the stupid fucking things they do.
Yeah. It's, how can you miss 2 gunshots? Again, like I said, anyone can miss one, gunshot to the face. Who hasn't spent 6 hours talking to someone with a gunshot to the face and going that's what that is.
One gunshot might be all right. They might be like, I'm fine.
I just thought you had a herpes outbreak. I didn't realize you don't have 2 herpes outbreaks in large spots on your face. So then you're like, okay, that's clearly not that.
Yeah. I wonder at what point they were like, wait a minute. I think he's been shot in the head. Who did that?
Yeah, that's going to be a hard realization if you're the guy investigating, wait, those holes are gunshot holes? oh my God, maybe that's why he hasn't been answering our questions. Like that's got to be like that. Just like the mind fuck to be like putting that all together in one go. Like it's just got to hit you like bam, like oh my God.
Oh, I'm in trouble.
yeah. Because I mean, there's no way they could have done this deliberately, right? Like, I mean, they're tampered with evidence. Is probably they tried to cover up. I'm assuming and guessing that they probably tried to cover up after the fact because they're like, oh my God, we are in so much trouble. But like, they have to have genuinely not thought that he was shot in the face and continued this on. Somehow not noticed.
But I could imagine the dude who like realized it. He's like, oh fuck, we are in so much trouble. And he goes home from work that day and his wife is like, what is this? It's a pair of used panties he bought online. Like, it's the worst day ever. Everything's getting found out. It's like, I'm the worst at my job. My wife found my used panties. She won't let me have them. They were $600.
And he's just about to leave on a holiday and finds out that the resort they're staying at doesn't sell premium liquor.
Yeah, no private pool. I mean, it's not a good day that guy had. It's a pretty shitty day.
But also, imagine being like, assuming there's two people doing this interview, and like 6 hours into it, you're like, Dave, have you noticed that like there's two holes in this guy's face?
I thought you put them there. What's going on? What? I'm due for an eye exam next week, so I couldn't see what was going on. Just any excuse to get out of this situation. Just like turning to the other person and be like, wait a minute, did he always have those two holes in his head?
Am I just seeing things or?
Wow. Talk about incompetent. But hey, I mean, the dude was trying to answer the questions. I presume he was like he was like, I don't remember. I think this hole in my head has let some facts out.
Not this hole, these holes, multiple.
I mean, he didn't know there was two. He just thought there was one. He lost count. He had a fucking bullet in his head. Two bullets in his head.
Well, finally, we end on possibly even the weirdest story of all.
What?
If you had to sneak a gun on a plane, where would you hide it?
See, I don't know. I would get someone else to carry it on for me, possibly. So hide it in someone else's carry-on. Try and figure that out.
You're just going to get caught straight away. Surely you got a better idea of where you can sneak.
I'm not sticking it up my ass, all right? That's just not happening. So
that's disgusting. Who would even...
People put things up their butt. Okay, that's just how.
What? This is news to me.
I'm telling you, research it.
I will. Sure, the audience is gobsmacked like me. Like, I feel like those investigators finding out after 6 hours that he had a gunshot in his face, finding this information out.
Listen, the people who consume this show know all about what gets put into butts and doesn't get put into butts. All right, they're fully aware
right now.
They probably are. It's part of their day. So
if not, they've already exhausted.
Yeah,
what they can.
There's no more room. It's all done.
They got 5 jump ropes, a boxing bag.
It's been a day.
Dumbbells.
Just a couple, yeah.
They've got a whole personal gym.
You gotta save on that carry-on luggage. Anyways, so how did somebody smuggle this gun on? Because that.
Well, I mean, they were a lot more inventive than you.
Sure.
Border agents have been left stunned after a traveler attempted to sneak a gun onto an airplane by stuffing it into a raw chicken.
wait a minute. Someone brought a raw chicken to the airport. It's like, I'm getting on my plane. What's that? That's just my chicken. Don't worry about it. I'm going to cook it when I get home.
I have to buy raw chickens from here, bring it back because, you know, chicken's better here.
I've got a special chicken recipe I found. I'm taking this chicken home with me. What? I mean, I've seen people with some crazy stuff in their carry-on, but a raw chicken takes the biscuit, and then also a raw chicken with a gun in it. It's even worse.
But the good old TSA in America have posted about it, and they've tried to put a lot of puns in their thing. So there's a personal foul here. The plot chickens as we barrel our way closer to Thanksgiving. For us, it's a time to be thankful our officers are always working around the clock to keep you safe. For instance, this hen, you believe it, find at Fort Lauderdale Hollywood International Airport. We hate to beak it to you here, but stuffing a firearm in your holiday bird for travel is just a waste of time.
No, that's poorly written. Like whoever wrote that should be fucking shot with the gun that was found inside the chicken.
It should be made to eat it.
Yeah, exactly.
The gun.
Exactly.
With the raw chicken contaminants on it.
Yeah, exactly. That seems like a just punishment.
There was a comment that said, do these people not understand how X-ray machines work?
Clearly, they do. That's how they were cooking the chicken. Yeah, I don't know. I'm just amazed that someone took a raw chicken through security at an airport.
Well, I think it's offensive that the TSA are taking people's dinner off them at a time when chickens are so expensive.
Yeah, exactly. Wow. Well, I guess, you know, when you work in security at the airport, I guess you're hoping like at some point you'll find people with like their sex toys in their carry-on or some kind of weird shit. You don't.
Those are the good days. Those are the best days. Those are the days where you're like, you can't wait to get home to tell your wife. You won't believe what happened at work.
Yeah, exactly. So, you know.
And then Joe was waving it around in the air, making sure everyone saw the 10-inch dildo that this guy had, and then saying, don't worry, we won't tell anyone about it, knowing full well we were going to tell everyone about
it. Posing for pictures on the website. Did they confiscate the chicken? That's what I want to know. Or did they confiscate just the gun? Or did the person get arrested for trying to take a chicken onto a plane? That's what I would wonder.
No, because instead of giving us any decent information, they just posted some pictures of a chicken stuffed with a gun in it and all these bird-related puns.
I just really hope that they didn't have the actual chicken, so they needed to recreate it for the photos. So he said, someone's got a chicken. We're like, right, you're going to stick the gun in the chicken.
Or maybe they made the whole thing up for PR.
What? People wouldn't do that, James. Come on. People wouldn't make up stuff for PR.
Imagine there was someone at the TSA in America whose job it is to like get their message out, who's like, I have the way for us to go viral. We're going to buy a chicken. We're going to put a gun in it. We're going to say that someone tried to take this through the airport. And then I'm going to get to exercise my sweet writing skills with my bird-related puns.
I can see that being an actual thing that happens.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Or they hired some marketing agency to come up with a way to... At the TSA, we need to reclaim our image. We're going to be the new, cool, funny government agency, and we're going to...
Yeah, it could work. Oh, man, these people. If that is your job and you came up with this story, you need to try harder. and be a better person. Because those puns were awful. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. I'm just amazed that they would even say that someone tried to bring a raw chicken through an airport security. I guess I've seen people bring some pretty crazy shit there. But
it does seem like, I'm going through their Instagram now. Every post they post has a ton of puns in it. Basically, all the text is pun.
Disappointment. I thought the TSA was cool, but
I used to believe in you.
Oh wait, no, I didn't.
They were our heroes, and they threw it all away for Instagram pun posts.
I'm now scrapping that $10 million documentary on the cool TSA department that I was going to do. It's not happening anymore because of their puns. But no, yeah, I mean, next time I need to smuggle a gun through, I'll be mindful though not to use a raw chicken for it. I'll try it some other way.
Well, it's not even part of the theme. Thanksgiving, they eat turkey. So why would you not just use a turkey?
Yeah, exactly.
What the TSA should have posted is that, hey, we eat turkeys on Thanksgiving, so please use a turkey.
Yeah, that would make more sense, I guess, than chicken. So, but there you go. Some people don't even get the basics right when they're posting their fake stories. So.
No, it's real. I would never question the TSA and never want to be on the wrong side of the TSA. I think their puns are fantastic and they should keep it up.
One of us is going to get held up the next time we go to the US, I wonder.
It'd be funny if they did pull you aside and say, I hear you don't like our puns.
I think you have me confused with somebody else. I love your puns. They're so great. Yeah.
What you don't get is I was being satirical. I was like mocking someone who wouldn't like your puns because obviously there is no one who wouldn't like your puns because they're so amazing.
That's one way of going about it. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, they have their ammunition now. If they want to pull me over, I guess I'm going to have to.
I don't know who the sadder person is, the people that make this or the people that enjoy it.
They're on an equal level.
Imagine being excited to watch the Instagram posts and read the text of the TSA.
Yeah. Why would you? Why would you?
That's where I go for comedy. Screw these comedians and these like funny people.
Yeah.
Podcasts and TV shows and Netflix and YouTube, stand-up comedy shows, amateur hours anywhere. Why would you go watch that when you can listen to someone who works at the TSA?
Exactly. Makes no sense. Well, you know, for our final story of the day, that was pretty it's pretty controversial, and honestly I'm a bit nervous about flying into America again. There we go. Hopefully it goes well.
We love you, TSA. Greatest Instagram ever. You're getting a follow from me. Imagine they do like try to give you a hard time. You're like, but I follow your Instagram.
Yeah. I can't bring myself to do it, man. I can't follow the TSA. It's not happening. Imagine like being like people like, what's your job? Oh, I do the Instagram for the TSA. That's my.
I'm a comedian. Oh, really? Where you stand up or something? I wrote for the TSA.
Yeah. Well, everyone's got something. So. Oh well. Well, anyway, that was a fun. We learned a lot today.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know why anyone would ever watch this when they could read the TSA program.
Maybe if Instagram is down or something, we got a couple of views for that. I don't know, but yeah, you're right. People are missing their opportunity for golden comedy. So get on that.
Yep.
Anyway, gotta go buy a jump rope.
I gotta go buy a chicken and
got experiments I gotta do with some stuff I heard about on the podcast.
Till next week.
All right, man. Have a good one and take care. Talk to you soon.